All right, so what this is a healthcare organization,
Okay.
and it's about 35,000 people. And within the organization, there's a centralized function group of about 80 people, and that's who represents this. We did the OCI,
So was
and
this their presenting problem?
Yes.
Is that what they came to you with?
yes,
Okay.
they weren't meeting the financials,
Okay.
and they were also, their engagement wasn't
They
stable.
were already measuring that.
They were already
Okay.
measuring that every 2 years. So when we did the OCI, this is the culture that they ended up having. Heavy passive, heavy aggressive,
Yeah.
very
Oh my
little here.
goodness.
The interesting thing about this particular team
Yes.
is that their executive team breakout looked very similar. So that was its challenge. So I began working with the executives, the staff,
Yep.
and also the middle management, and we defined what these looked like for them.
Yep.
So it was all very behavioral, a lot of behavioral coaching. And so what we did is we did the OCI first,
Okay.
and we worked on that actually for 2 years with the leadership team. They were committed in the long haul. Yep. And then they wanted us to redo the OCI because they knew things were changing.
Yes.
But I said, no, now you have to do your own leadership impact so that you understand your contribution to the culture. And so what we did is we gave them the LI, and we still always, in all of our work, it was always focused on the ideal. What do you want? What's stopping us from getting
And so
there?
this was the ideal
For the culture.
2009. Okay.
So we kept up that work, and then in 2012, we said, okay, we're going to measure culture again because everybody in the organization could feel it had moved.
Yes.
And it had moved significantly.
Wow.
But I think the reason that it really moved in
Yes.
3 years' time is because we were working with every single level in the
And with the
organization.
leadership, they can understand their impact on the culture.
Yes.
On that
Yes.
culture to make it coherent.
Yeah. And I just talked to the vice president because I left the organization in 2013. So I said, well, how are you doing now?
Yes.
And they haven't measured the OCI, but their engagement has stayed up at the 86th percentile.
Right.
And they've contributed an additional 10 million to the bottom line, or just in that period of
So-
time.
Engagement.
Engagement's up. They're not so much with the passive, and their
Yes.
financials
Are going up.
are totally going up. They're not losing ground like they were before. Yeah.
And you can bring that back and point it right back to the OCI
Yep.
and the direct impact.
Yeah.
That is great.
I know, it's like
I love it.
fascinating, and the tools are awesome. The tool now. So you've used the OCI and the LI.
I've used the OCI and the LI. Now, I'm not certified in the LI, but I am certified in the OCI.
Well, if you come out to the LI, I teach that class.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So sign up for the
Okay.
accreditation, and we'll get you accredited in it. Yeah.
I wish I had known that a week ago when I submitted my budget.
Oh. All right. Maybe next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
Year.
But
That's
see,
great.
and this was really the key. Behavior with them was really, really key.
Into culture, the organization realities, fit into science success. It's one effort. Love that.
And we always persevered. Because
So during the time you mapped out a plan,
yeah.
did you then work on one key focus area at a time?
We did, but we were always focused on the behaviors
Yes.
that they were engaged in whatever activity they
Yes.
were doing.
Yes.
It always came back to what are you doing or saying that's going to communicate to someone else what you believe.